Ohayou gozaimasu. This is chapter 8 of Pocket Japanese, Pocket Nihongo. In this class, we're going to be going over not so much a grammar point, but just how to talk about class, talk about school, talk about what year you're in, etc., and go over some things when I first started studying I found a bit difficult were like in the UK we don't really have university majors, so whenever I got asked what is your major, etc., I'd be like, I guess I reply with my major is blah blah blah, but that never sounded right, so I'm going to explain that if you're in a country that doesn't have university majors, how to reply to something like that. And yeah, let's go. But first revision, we're going to do one or two of these sentences. If you are on my website, you can do as many of these as you want. They appear in random order. There's a 2-minute timer just so you can make sure you get a good amount of time in doing them. And then if you want to play it again, you can. It's just so you don't play it like you don't answer one question then move on. Let's change the language. Okay, is it an English book? Oh, still wrong. There we go. 英語の本ですか? 英語の本ですか? She is an English teacher. 英語の先生. Oh, 彼女は英語の先生です. And it cut out, so let's move on. Firstly, I want to go over an explanation of two words. So you may have seen the word senmon being used for major. There's a slight difference between senko and senmon. Senko means your major or the main subject you study at school. So for example, if you choose to be studying biology in school, biology is your senko. Senmon is like your specialty or what you're really, really good at, usually in a job. If you become an expert in computers, that is your senmon. Senko versus senmon. Use senko when you're talking about your main subject in school. It's more about what you study, and senmon when talking about what you specialize in or your expertise, either in school or in your job. It's more about what you're really, really skilled at. So, for example, if you're studying math in college, math is your senko. If you're really, really good at fixing computers is your senmon. It's kind of like your specialty. I believe, maybe I don't have it in here, but I think it's pretty common. At least when you're looking at the GCSE syllabus, they use the word senmon instead of senko, and I think this is because in England we don't really have majors. You study blah blah blah, you have a specialty in school. You could use either word, it makes sense, but if you do want to go for senmon because you don't really feel like senko works, it's not your major, or maybe you don't want people to be like, what's your minor, when we don't have a minor, you can use senmon. And then we have another one, kurasu versus jugyo. They are both used to refer to classes, but they have different nuances and uses. So kurasu means class. Oh my god, my voice just died. Means class or group of students. Usage refers to a specific class or group of students. So this is like people. I'm in a class of 30, etc. 私のクラスは30人です. We then have jugyo, which means lesson or course. You might find me calling this these lessons from now on jugyo, because that is the perfect description for them. That's how this word is used. Usage refers to the actual lesson or courses being taught, focusing on instructional aspect. So 例文, which is example sentence. 今日の授業は数学です. Today's lesson is math. クラス versus 授業. So kurasu focuses on the group of students or the class as like a social unit. It's often used in social contexts such as talking about classmates or classroom activities. 授業 focuses on content and act of teaching or the lesson itself. It's used when referring to the educational content or the act of teaching and learning. Okay, 学校 means school. We're going to actually have that in our next word list, which you can find on my website. In this 授業, in this class, we'll look at talking about 科目, which is the school subject. We study in school, so it's the subject we study in school, and introducing our school year. So like I'm in my 3rd year, I'm in my 4th year. Firstly, let's look at these sentences. Let's look at these sentences. Okay, there's a mistake there grammatically. I'm going to fix that. But firstly, let's look at these sentences. Remember, the topic of a sentence can be more than one word. So, for example, 私は学生です. That is a one-worded topic. I am a student. 私の専攻は. The entire subject is my major. So, 私の専攻は日本語です. My major is Japanese. As we can see, talking about your major is as easy as stating about your name. I think I need to correct that. Let's look at another example anyway. 例文 父の専攻は日本文学です. I'm just going to say it now. Is it just me that finds it really, really hard to put the N in there in 文学? 文学. 日本文学. With the Nihon part, Nihon bungaku. It's like I naturally really want to skip that N, the second N in bun. Nihon bungaku. It doesn't want to say it. So Dad's major is Japanese literature. Let's add a sentence. 私は1年生です. 私は1年生です. I am a first year student. Apparently, I don't explain that. Okay, so we have this word here together is 年生, which basically means like year student, like I'm a 5th year student, etc. Year student. Is 5th year a thing? I don't know. And then, yeah, it is, I guess, if you're doing a master's, ignore that. We then have, let's do a little breakdown of this. Year. So, nen equals year. Say, you might recognize from, for example, 学 say. I definitely was going to break that one up, but I'm so used to just writing it as a long stroke here for gaku. So you might recognize it as part of this. Say. It's basically year and student that we've got going on here. So, 年生, 私は1 equals 1, or in this case, first. 1年生, first year student. Ta-da! So that is a little breakdown of what's happening there. So, 私は, as for me, speaking of me, the subject is me. 私は. I'm not going to annotate that actually. 1年生, first year student. です. I am. So am. In this case, remember des is, am, are. So it can be any of those. They are, she is, I am. Okay, lastly, let's do a little reading practice. I'm going to give you a 10-second pause, just have a read through of this. I'm also going to tap the kanji after 10 seconds so that you can have an extra read through in case you were stuck on any of the kanji. And then I'm going to explain what's happening here. So let's go. Okay, let's read through it. Firstly, we have Ohayo gozaimasu, so that is good morning. Watashi wa Noah desu, that is a name, Noah, I am Noah. Keep in mind we don't have to say watashi no namae wa. That's if you really, really want to emphasize, or not even really want to emphasize, it's the difference between just saying, hey, my name is Lulu and I am Lulu. Ni jusai desu, I am 20. You know though, we don't read 20 as niju. When it comes to age, we actually say hatachi. It's kind of like a special age. It's kind of considered like you're an adult now. So they have a special word for it, which is hatachi desu. Cool. Watashi wa Hirakata Daigaku no gakusei desu. I put this one in here just so you can see how to say I am a student of blah 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 university. They say the university and then no gakusei. So for example, watashi wa London Daigaku no gakusei desu. If you're a student at the University of London or something like that. This is an actual place, Hirakata at least. So yeah, it's near Osaka. Ima watashi wa 20歳 I was about to say 20歳 again. 今私は2年生です. So right now, at the moment, I am a second year student. 私の専攻は歴史です. My major is history. And that is it for this lesson. There'll be another lesson up probably by the end of the week. And thank you very much for watching.